Radhe Krishna Radhe, Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe, Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe,
Why would anybody ask to reside in hell? They say we don't mind being sent to hell on this condition, that our mind remains attached to the nectar of the lotus feet of your personality. Such a hell is also acceptable. But now we are no longer interested in the worship of your Brahman aspect. We have found something even sweeter. So, the point to note is that they are all dimensions of the same, but there's a difference in sweetness. And Sri Krishna says, I am that Bhagavan. Verse number 20. Iti guhyatamam shastram idamuktam maya nagha
Idamuktam maya nagha
etad buddhva buddhiman syat
Etat buddhva buddhiman syat
krita krityascha bharata.
Krita krityascha bharata.
Translation: I have shared this most secret principle of the Vedic scriptures with you, O sinless Arjun. By understanding this, a person becomes enlightened and fulfills all that is to be accomplished. He starts off the verse with iti. Iti means in these. In these 20 verses of this chapter, Arjun, I have explained transcendental knowledge. The detail is infinite, but the basic has been covered in Purushottam Yoga. Why we are in Maya, what is the way out of it, what is the nature of the self and the nature of the Supreme. So he says, now you need to know this. The point is, you say, Swamiji, I know it. I came for your 5 days, now I know it. Are you sure? If you know that there is poison in a cup, you will not drink it. And if you are still drinking it, that means you don't know. To know means to truly believe it. The problem is not in the information we have. The problem is in the realization of that information and in transforming the information into wisdom. We can make our head into a big library that will not help us. What will help us is the gems of wisdom that we truly believe in. One disciple, he said, Gurudev, if you are saying God is everywhere, if He is actually in front of me, why can't I see Him? Guruji said, a drunkard is standing in front of his house. Why is he unable to see his house? Because he is drunk. His intellect is affected by it. So the fact is that God is everywhere. Now the question is, do you believe that? So certain aspects in our personality give us the inkling that we were meant for that divine. there are attributes of the divine to which we are naturally attracted. These are divine virtues: truthfulness, kindness, dharma, compassion. Everybody loves these. There's nobody who can love falsehood. You may say, Swamiji, which world do you live in? Arey, we know so many people, everything. God promise, teri kasam, meri kasam. They will tell a lie on the name of God as well. And you are saying everybody loves truthfulness. I am not saying that people don't tell lies. But the point is, if somebody tells a lie and you tell a lie to that person, will they like it? They will hate it. Why did you tell me a lie? Arey Baba, you are an inveterate liar. If I told you one lie, what's the problem? You're telling 20 every day. That's all right. I may lie, but nobody should lie to me. Even the liar wants truthful behavior from others. Hence the phrase in English, honesty amongst thieves. In the gang of thieves, if one gang member tells a lie to the head bandit, that head bandit gets annoyed. You told me a lie. So the head bandit is also expecting truthful behavior from all the gang members. Innately, we all want truthfulness. Innately, we all want dharma. I may do a dharma, but nobody should do a dharma to me. When Karna's chariot wheel got stuck in the mud during the battle of Mahabharata, Sri Krishna said to Arjun, the chance is good. Karna had got down to extract it. Sri Krishna said, shoot him in the back. When his face is towards you, you won't be able to kill him. And Karna heard Sri Krishna because Karna's ears are very powerful. So Karna said, Sri Krishna, you have declared dharma in the Vedas. This is dharma of the warriors. Don't hit under the belt, don't hit in the back, don't lift your hand on ladies, stop the war on sunset. What are you teaching to Arjun? What kind of a god are you? So Sri Karna said, Kshatriya dharma mamekshasva. Think what is the dharma of a Kshatriya. Sri Krishna said, Karna, you love dharma? Where did your dharma go when the right of the Pandavas was being snatched away? Where did your dharma go when Draupadi was being humiliated? You yourself have taken the side of the adharmic Kauravas and you want dharma from us. So Sri Krishna said, Kwa dharmaste tadagata. What dharma did you follow, Karna? Somebody who is following adharma will kill them by adharma. This is under the laws of dharma. So the point is that we may do wrong, but nobody should do wrong with us. One thief stole and came home, counted the booty and said, I've got a big loot today. He gleefully went off to sleep. At night, a thief entered the thief's house. And there was a burglary, or should we call it burglary square, from the burglar's house. The first thief woke up in the morning. He said, Kaun hai? Mil gaya, dant tod dunga, khopda phod dunga. Arey Baba, why are you getting so annoyed? You are also a thief. Yes, but nobody should steal from me. See, even a thief wants just behavior from others. All of us, inwardly, we all love divine qualities. I was telling you a couple of days ago that I have given lectures in prison houses and seen it again and again. These inveterate criminals, you inspire them. Look about this person, that person, to become all thrilled. Why do we all love divine qualities? Because these are the attributes of God. And as His little parts, we naturally love these qualities. So our attraction to the divinity is spontaneous. Because we are not material beings having spiritual aspirations. We are spiritual beings in this material experience. And this doesn't satisfy us. Nobody can be satisfied in just taking care of the mundane chores. They're looking for some higher purpose. Nobody can be satisfied just by connecting with mundane things. They want something sacred with which they wish to connect. They find the sacred in different ways. But the urge is there. That is the spiritual quest that we all have for the Supreme. So Sri Krishna says, Arjun, I have given you this knowledge. Now you utilize it. First of all, have faith. One Guruji, he asked the disciple to surrender to God. And the disciple said, I don't have faith in God that He will be able to take care of me. So Guruji gave him a closed rose bud. And he said, open it. And the disciple tried and the petals fell apart. And the disciple had a realization. He can't even open one rose flower without breaking the petals, and God is opening them on a daily basis. So if God can do these things, I think I can trust Him with my life. Why not surrender to Him? The rabbit asked the sunflower, how did you do it? And the sunflower said, did what? And the rabbit said that, how did you blossom so amazingly despite all that happened to you? When you were little, we were trampling on you. And then after that, insects were coming and biting you, and you even got infections. How did you do it? The sunflower said, my solution was simple. The object of my love, I simply focused on it, on the sun, with all my might, and everything else was natural. Likewise, the essence of this chapter is, there is the Supreme, of whom you are a part. With all your love, you focus on Him, and you will also blossom like the sunflower. You will also blossom like the rose plant. Are you willing to surrender? Are you willing to make the sacrifices? A daughter had gone with her mommy to the mall, and she convinced her mommy, and they came back with the necklace. And the daughter loved it. It was not actual pearls, but for the 4-year-old, it was a treasure worth cherishing. Her father used to put her to sleep every night. And she was showing the necklace with so much of pride. And the father said, my child, do you love me? The child said, Papa, very much. No, you don't love me. Yes, Papa, I love you. No, you don't. Look, test my love. Papa said, if you love me, you give me this necklace? No, Papa, you ask for anything else. Now don't ask me for the necklace. See, I told you didn't love me. Next day, again Papa came. And the child was lost in deep thought. The necklace was not on her neck. So she said, Papa, I love you. And she took the necklace from below the pillow and handed it into her father's hand. The father pocketed it. He had an actual pearl necklace and he took it and gave it to her. He was not wanting to reduce his daughter but to enhance her. But he needed her to make the sacrifice of love. So likewise, to gain anything, you have to make certain sacrifices. If your philosophy is dono haath mein laddu, I want all my worldly pleasures and also attain God, it's never going to happen. You will have to make God the focus of your loving devotion. That is the only way. We will end by taking inspiration from Hanuman. When Ram returned to Ayodhya, on a certain occasion of a festival, he was giving various gifts. But to all the members in the court, but he did not give a gift to Hanuman. And Sita noted that. And Sita did not like it. And she said, you are not giving any gift to Hanuman. And Ram said, you gift him something? Sita was wearing beautiful necklace of motis. She took it off and gave it to Hanuman. A most precious gift. Hanuman did take it, but he inspected one pearl and then smashed it between his teeth, threw it away. He took another one, smashed it and threw it away. Some people were saying, see, ultimately he is a monkey. And you have given him such a precious thing. But Sita did not believe that Hanuman will just do it like that. And she said, what are you searching for? And Hanuman said, I was searching that are my Sita Ram inside this pearl? If they are not, it has got no value to me. So somebody in the court said, if that is your parameter, that where Sitaram or not is no value, is Sitaram in your heart? If they are, show us. And Hanuman tore his heart apart, and that was when, you have seen the iconic pictures, he showed Sitaram inside. So nothing will come without a price. If you have understood this, are you now willing to make the commitment to actually strive and blossom towards the Lord? If not, then you have not understood. And if you have understood, then your commitment will be complete and no sacrifice will appear small. शीश है लहू की तुमड़ी, हरि अमृत की खान. Saint Kabir says, this head of mine is a bag of blood and God is a treasure chest of precious stones. शीश दिए जो हरि मिले तो भी सस्ता जान. If I have to sacrifice my head to attain God, it is a sasta sauda, simple bargain. So Sri Krishna has given us the knowledge. Now you see to what extent have you understood, to what extent do you believe it, to what extent do you wish to follow it. The ball is in your court. Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagwan ki